What's going on, guys? JPS back for another video, and today we're going to be reacting to what school lunch looks like around the world. This should be a really interesting one. As someone who ate school lunch a little bit throughout high school, middle school, and elementary school in the United States, I can attest to the fact that the US school lunches are not of the highest quality. Oftentimes it's chicken patty and potatoes. That is the most common school lunch in the United States, with like the cheapest possible carton of milk. And all of the ingredients, of course, are basically just not the healthiest, but very cheap and easy to mass produce. So they're used uniformly across the country, regardless of county or state. A lot of times you'll find chicken, potatoes, not, a lot of it's fried and processed. So I wanted to see in this video, what does school lunch look like around the world? Do you guys have some delicious gourmet school lunches? Are we really missing out? Or are school lunches, all about providing as much food as possible with the limited resources that you have? I think some of that can speak to tax systems, how much money that these school systems have to work with for forming their food budgets. But let's figure that out. Let's see what these different lunches look like. Here we go.
Whether carrying a brown bag from home, picking up a tray from the lunch person, or serving up the food themselves, lunchtime at school can be one of the most important parts of a child's day. Let's take a look at what kids around the world eat for lunch. French students can expect up to a 4-course meal at lunch. They begin with a salad of fresh veg, followed by quality protein like salmon with a side of roasted broccoli. They wouldn't be French without a course of soft cheeses, jam, and fresh bread. And kids finish with a sweet confection like marzipan before heading back to class. In Japan, kids
Hold on. I know that in France, this is made by Food Insider too, so a relatively reputable source. I know that France is known for its cuisine and, amazing food. For those of you from some of these countries being shown, let me know if the school lunches are really like that. This is nicer than most lunches I've had in my life. What? And the fresh bread, we know that's a European difference. We don't get fresh bread like that. Our bread is stuffed with chemicals made to last for multiple weeks. So that bread looked amazing. Is this video gonna make me that jealous?
In Japan, kids aren't served healthy meals, they serve them. To teach healthy cooking, kids take turns helping to cook, serve, and clean up for their peers. Meals are heavy on rice, vegetables, and fish. Students in Nigeria are fed well-balanced meals each day. Meals could include smoky, tomatoey jollof rice with chicken and steamed veg. Finland was the first country in the world to provide free lunch to every student, and the law ensures high nutrition standards. Veggies like beetroot salad and roasted turnips take up at least half the plate. Starches and grains such as a crepe topped with slightly tart lingonberry jam take up 1/4, and a protein such as haranuko, a split pea soup topped with smoked ham, takes up the other. Crisp bread is served on the side. In South Korea, students...
Finland, we know that they've been ahead for a while when it comes to the school systems. And again, that comes down to the taxes. People are willing to pay for a better society overall. And food is very important, especially in school. Children, they're growing, their minds are active during the school day. You're literally investing into your society by providing a more nutritious meal for the general population. So when in the United States, we can tell they're not really investing that. The lunches it's not much food, and the food that is given is very low quality. So...
is sectioned out for perfect portion sizes. The bigger section is for rice, the circle holds soup, and the smaller portions are for tangy, spicy kimchi, some veggies, and meat like marinated strips of pork shoulder called jeukbokkeum. With a large Orthodox population in Ethiopia, meals are largely plant-based. An array of foods like spicy lentils, zucchini, and yellow split pea soup.
If you've never had Ethiopian food, you're missing out. Got the injera. I wish there was some tibs or dorowet on here. The chicken, the flavors in their food is next level. Oh my, yeah, we are lagging behind Asian countries, African countries. We've seen Europe as well, Finland and France. United States pales in comparison to every meal we've seen so far.
And yellow split pea soup called kik alicha are eaten with injera, a fermented flatbread. Thanks to the island's burgeoning farm-to-school program, kids in Hawaii can expect meals made from scratch with local, fresh ingredients, such as a chicken stir-fry with veggies and fresh-baked bread on the side. Ukrainian kids get their lunch in 3 courses.
I mean, Hawaii is part of the United States, not part of the mainland United States, and they don't even want us tourists visiting them, so that's like, there's like an exception for them, I would say.
Their lunch in 3 courses.
Ukraine?
First, a soup course such as borscht, a hearty beef-based soup with cabbage and red beets to give it a vibrant color, followed by meat and starch like grilled sausages with potato and cheese-stuffed dumplings called vareniki. They finish sweet with a shortbread biscuit. A lunch tray in the US could include a gooey grilled cheese on crunchy whole grain bread with creamy tomato soup, carrot sticks, fruit like a box of raisins and an apple, and a brownie for dessert before heading back to class.
Where did they go in the United States? This got to be like a private boarding or charter school, you know, something that is funded from rich people. This is not a public school. And that was another distinction that needs to be made between all these places, because every country has different types of school. When I said the standard where the majority of the population is going through is public school, and I can tell you right now, we have never had something like this. Horizon is expensive too. We're not going to have that type of milk. Hell no. I wish it was something like this.
Italian students run to the cafeteria to receive a
Pasta.
2-course meal, and if these kids reside in Rome, the meal must by law be 70% organic. Primo is the pasta course, while protein and a veg like grilled chicken with a tasty mozzarella and tomato salad is served for secondo.
Ooh.
According to the World Food Program, Thai students receive the most nutritional lunches in all of Asia. Kids can expect a balanced meal like grilled chicken, rice, and an antioxidant-packed spicy sweet green papaya salad. Families in China pay a monthly fee of about 70 cents per day for children to receive a boxed lunch. Inside, kids can find rice, meat, and vegetables. Food is a constitutional right in Brazil, which means schools are required to provide students with healthy meals with 30% of ingredients sourced from local farmers. Kitchen staff cooks fresh foods like frittatas loaded with veggies paired
Look, some of the things that I've seen in this video have made me question its validity, but I do know I've met Brazilians and they say they eat a lot of rice and beans. So this, you know, I don't know. I really want to hear in the comments, guys. What do the school lunches look like? Public school, standard, in your country. Nothing crazy, just what is the most average school lunch looking like based on your knowledge?
frittatas loaded with veggies paired with hearty rice and beans and a piece of fruit. Kids in India show up to school with a tiffin box, a stackable metal container filled with a home-cooked meal. What's inside depends on the region. Northern Indian kids might enjoy parathas, seasoned flaky bread accompanied with bundi raita, crispy gram flour balls floating in a sea of spiced yogurt. Kids in Guatemala go home for lunch, where they'll eat dishes like pasta in a tomato sauce with beets and tortillas. With classes 6 days a week, school in Israel finishes before lunchtime, but kids do bring a shot isser, a morning meal, which could be a small snack like pita with hummus and a hard-boiled egg. Kids in Trinidad and Tobago might be served rich and gelatinous oxtail stew for lunch paired with bussap, soft and flaky.
Oxtail? No way.
Soft and flaky shreds of roti. Students in Hong Kong can expect a veggie like steamed broccoli alongside wok-fried pork slices and white rice. A kid in the UK might be served baked cod fingers with a hot jacket potato, a heaping side of beans, and a handful of chocolate biscuits.
Okay, I'll be honest, guys. No. This video is just leaning into the stereotypes heavily. There's no way, you know what I mean? What? There's no way that people are... Okay. When I saw the England, I was like, no. This video is some bullshit, potentially. Like, I don't, you know, some things about this just are not adding up.
In Mexico, instead of a meal, kids might bring along a morning snack such as a torta, layered with spicy bean dip, sliced ham, tomato, and fresh, crisp lettuce.
Okay, I could see that.
Australian kids eat lunch outside, bringing food from home or buying meals from a cafeteria or street vendor. Food can include classic takeaway comforts like a sausage roll, pork sausage wrapped snugly in puff pastry, with a couple sweet chocolate biscuits called Tim Tams for dessert.
They're like, this is not an I feel like this can't be an everyday meal in Australia, though, you know? It's just they're leaning into like the most popular things and then just throwing them all on the plate together. I want to know how they decided what to include in this video. The food, like, you know, what? It's just so debatable.
Schools don't have cafeterias, so kids bring a light lunch from home, which could include an open-faced sandwich with liverwurst, a sausage of pork liver blended with bold spices like cardamom, coriander, and mace. The meat's texture is almost spreadable, close to pâté, and is accompanied by toppings like mustard and cheese. Milk and fresh fruit is provided by the school. Although students bring a home-cooked lunch daily, teachers in Pakistan are known to contact parents if meals don't err on the healthy side. Kids might bring aloo gosht, a stew of lamb and potatoes paired with roti and a sweet and creamy mango lassi in the summer.
I don't think they...
So, which type of school lunch do you want to try?
I don't think they're having that.
Let us know in the comments below.
You know, producer Lisa Paradise, I'm gonna reach out to you. I'm not sure about this one, man. I'm not sure about this one. Sources. So they didn't visit these places. They just used basically looks like the first article they could find about what school lunch they serve in these countries. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I think regardless though, I really would like to see the average, and I don't think this is that, but despite like I don't believe that the United States is going to be up there when it comes to like a good school lunch. I think we're hitting the baseline at the maximum, and probably not even that is to providing enough nutritional value for our students. If you don't bring lunch from home, not going to be getting the best food. It's just a fact. So those are my thoughts, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, hit subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.